It is Shani here, and I'm with Tripp Lee. Now, mind you, he still looks very young, but he is a vet in this Christian hip-hop game, and just in music in general. First and foremost, how are you doing? It's so good to see you here.
I'm doing good. I'm having a great time so far. My wife came with me. We're looking forward to celebrating great music tonight.
I love that. So, one, I love the fact that you said celebrating great music, because you kind of stepped away for a little bit. I mean, you've written books, you've been pastoring, you've been doing a lot of great things, and then you stepped back into it and you're nominated. So clearly the people missed you. Tell us a little bit about this album, Epilogue.
So my album, The End, came out in 2022, and then the Epilogue came out in 2023. And I called it the Epilogue because I really want people to know sometimes we think everything has come to an end, the story's over, but there's more to the story. God still has work to do. And so this album is a lot about what it means to endure, even on the other end of stories we think are over.
Now, the thing that I love about you is I feel like I don't want to say there's no in between, but I feel like everything that you go after, you go hard. So if you're pastoring, you're going to pastor and go hard at that. If you're doing music, you're going to go hard with that. How have you been able to make the decisions to know what's the next move for you?
That's a good question. I think, and I have an illness that I've had for a long time that makes those decisions even harder. And so me and my wife in every season are thinking, okay, how are things going? What is it that God has called us to do? Is this working or isn't it? And that can be hard to do sometimes, especially when it's like, I would like this to be what I'm doing. But it seems like God is pointing us in a different direction. But God has been faithful every single time. That's part of why with the music that I'm making and the stuff that I'm saying, I want people to understand sometimes you can't see how it's going to work out. That does not mean God does not have a way to work it out. And he's done it before when we didn't know what he was going to do, and he'll do it again.
Now, the thing that I loved, she's off camera, but our camera woman, she mentioned, seeing him or listening to his music with a church group or youth group a long time ago. I think for a lot of us who have been a part of just like the Christian hip hop vibe, that's where most of us started. You were a part of a youth group, you went to an Unashamed concert, all those different things. But now I look at you, Lecrae, KB, you all have grown up, become men literally in this industry. Tell me a little bit about what your relationships with each other is like now, and kind of how you all continue to support and like gather around each other.
What's crazy is, for instance, like Lecrae, there was a thing recently where Kendrick Lamar mentioned him in a song, and he mentioned him in a way that I think showed how faithful he wants to be to God and culture. And to me, this is, when I see that for my brother and how he's representing Jesus well, it makes me celebrate. So I see what KB's doing, and I hear his incredible music, and I see the way it makes me celebrate. And so it feels like a win for all of us. We're on the same team, and so I love that. And I have great relationships with, I just moved back to Atlanta, and so some of my relationships with, I get to see people more and more often. Me and KB are texting all the time, sending each other random videos. It's they're actually deep friendships that have been built around loving God and loving each other.
And it seems like that is, so I'm glad to hear you confirm that. I won't take too much of your time, because I want you to go ahead and get to your seat and be able to relax, and I know your wife is here with you. But thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and I'm just really excited for you. It's really good to see you here, and I wish you all the best with your nomination tonight.
Thank you so much.
And with everything that you have coming up going in the future.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.